What's up, you Spartans? Today we're going to be changing the plastics on the SSR 125. We just recently bought some black plastics off Amazon with some monster graphics. Also, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. Only takes you a second, means the world to us. Help support us, support the channel, and follow along with all the fun stuff we do. As you see right now, we got the blue plastics. I call it the Yamaha. And we're gonna be swapping them out for these black plastics we got from Amazon. Gonna be kind of winging it today, but can't be that hard. Hope I don't jinx myself. Stay tuned, and I'm gonna have Pops help me as he's awkwardly standing over there because he thinks he needs to be that far away from camera. Help me film this and help me put the stickers on because he's kind of the graphic god, king of stickers. So stay tuned. We're gonna try to take the seat off first and get going on this. Super excited, but also a little nervous because the plastics aren't exactly the same. They're for a CRF 50, but everyone says it should fit these Chinese pit bikes, so we will find out. Stay tuned. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is take the seat off.
What size socket is that for our viewers?
8mm socket. Put that there so I don't lose it. And there's just one more. Not hard to get your hands up in there. Definitely don't do this if you already were riding, because that muffler's gonna burn your hands. Alright. Those are out. I believe I need a Phillips head screwdriver, which we don't have out here, do we?
No. I haven't gotten all the tools yet.
Alright. Be right back. Need a Phillips head. So once you get both of those out with your 8mm socket, you're going to come up here and take these screws out of the gas tank there, and out of the gas tank there, and the same thing on the other side. So we'll start with these top screws first. It's got a little rubber washer, so make sure you don't lose that. And keep that on that side of the bike so we don't get them confused. And then you got the one on the inside. It's barely even on there. Okay. There's no washer with that, just a nut on the back. Put that nut back on so I don't lose it. Set that back down there. Now we just gotta do the same thing to the other side. I believe at the seat just pop right off. Yep. Okay. Not bad for winging it so far. Now next thing we have to do is get these plastics off the seat and replace them with the black plastics that we got off Amazon. Hopefully they fit. They're slightly different shape, but everyone says they're compatible, so we'll find out. Right now we're gonna be taking these side panels off, which all you need is a Phillips head screwdriver. So you got one in the front that holds it to the seat. So there's the first one, and then this one. Alright, and that frees it up from the seat. But now you're still connected to this back number plate panel, so you got to take this screw out. Alright, I don't think we'll need this screw the way the other plastics work. So there's the first panel off. I'll just set that to the side. Put it on my chair for now. Alright, now let's take this rear panel off. Let's keep working on the same side. That's what's going to be easiest for me. And this side plate just has one screw besides that screw that was up there. Just one screw into the seat. And we got that out. Should be able to slide off. If not, I might have to take the back off. Yeah, I'm not gonna force it. I'm gonna go ahead and take this back piece off as well. because as you can see, they're in these little grooves and I don't want to force it out and break it. So let me get to that. That's 3 more Phillips head screws. You got 2 right next to each other, then one down here. One down here. That's great. Alright, so now we got all those out. I'm gonna go ahead and take this side out too, so I'm not forcing that. So same principle. Take the first one out of the seat. Second one out of the seat. Get the number plate panel off, which is that weird short. It's the shorter screw, in case you get them confused. Getting that first screw out of the number plate out of the seat now. Okay. Now we've got both side panels off. Now, got the rear off. So, we're replacing all this with our new black plastics now that we got this off. So I'm gonna set this to the side. I think what I'm gonna do is go opposite of just how I just came. So I'm gonna build this and then do everything I just did in reverse. So let me grab the black plastics. Now we're gonna be putting the black plastics onto the seat. We got these off Amazon for 90 bucks. Came as a package with the plastics and the decals. With tax and all that, it's about 100 bucks with shipping too. So not too bad, not too pricey. I think we're gonna put the plastics on and then the decals. If it's too difficult, we'll take the plastics back off and then do the decals, but we'll see. Pop's is good with that stuff, so he'll kind of be the hearsay for that. So I'm gonna get the camera back to him as we put the plastics back on. Say something.
Testing.
Hey, I didn't see him. Just slide that in. You want to slide these ones in as well. These ones don't want to go as easily. There we go. Alright, so then you got the back. Take this and put it right over this slot. We're going to get the first screw in right here. And get those other 2 that go to the seat. The last one for the rear fender going into the seat. Now what we have left for the rear fender and the side panels, number plates, are these 2 screws up top. So something that Pops just saw and we discussed about was these number plates don't line up to the same exact hole. Here, can you get in there a little closer? See the threaded hole that's in the back closest to me on this side? Well, it doesn't want to match up, but there's already a hole there. It just hasn't been threaded, so we're gonna go ahead and thread the screw through the other hole because it lines up perfectly. Just remember, it's not threaded, so take your time. Okay. And then it's the same exact thing for the other side. Through that new hole, making our own thread. Make sure I'm in there nice and straight.
I can take this opportunity to show you that all of these holes actually have a double. Also, it may be a contingent for aftermarket plastics as we are doing.
We have the back plastics on the seat. Now we need the side panels. See, it's a different shape. As you can see, they're completely different shapes. Now we're gonna put the side panel on. The real question is though, which hole? I say the main hole. It's already threaded. What do you think? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tighten it down all the way yet, so it looks like it barely fits in there. So on these new plastics, the opening for the screw is a lot bigger, so I'm not screwing this down all the way because I don't want to screw through it and it pop off. I actually think for this one, I think instead of pulling it, should I just go through the...
Whatever one lines up best.
Lines up best. I think that one will. So I'm not using the threaded hole for this section. Alright, so we're gonna just do the same thing. Start at the bottom, do the main hole. Remember, this is the already threaded hole for the front, at least the way I'm doing it. I'm not tightening them all the way down. Not the front ones. This one I tightened as much as I could, but it's not all the way down. It's just down enough to hold the plastic piece. Do the same thing as the other side. You're using the hole that is not threaded. So the hole that's farther that way. So we're gonna slip this back boy on. And then all we have left is the front fender and front number plate. But Pops pointed out that this number plate isn't quite as nice as this number plate, and it already has the screw for your brake cable. So Pops is gonna do me a favor and paint this black, and we'll use this number plate instead of this kind of cheapy, boring, plain white one. But let's get this back on, and then we'll get to the front here in a second. So you have these two little grooves, or two little, what should I call them? Two little notches that you got to get into these two grooves on the bike. So I'm gonna go ahead and line that up now. Kind of just lining it up with my hands. If you look in the back, you can actually see them.
Are they in?
Alright, so that's in.
Okay, now
fitment seems pretty good.
what about the lining up of the holes that your screws go back into?
They're good.
Okay. All right, let's put the tank screws in first.
All right, so the tank screws, remember from the beginning, top tank screws have your rubber washer. You need a little bit wider screwdriver as well. So we're gonna do the top first. Okay, that's on there snug. So now we just have these two in here. The last two that go into the front of the tank. And those are the ones that have the bolts. Now we just have these back bolts right there and right there to put in, and then the seat and the side panels and the number plates will be complete. Now to tighten them up. Tighten those snug. And that completes rear fender, side number plates.
I want to also show that there's a bumper from the muffler onto the side plaque, and it fits very well.
Yeah, so far all the fitment's been right. Also, the other thing we pointed out was right here on the old plastics came down, it connected to your number plate, but I think that looks pretty badass. Now we're onto the front. Like I mentioned previously, Pops is going to paint this because this plastic's a little bit nicer. We'll see how it lines up though, because it might not line up the same. We're going to take this off. It just has a screw here, and then your two screws that are holding this bracket for your brake cable. So we're going to take these off first. Alright, so we just had to do this off camera because I needed Pop's extra hand. Took the bracket off. Just has a bolt and a small nut on the back. So we're going to go ahead and back this screw out. That's out. Number plate's off. So now what you have is you have 3 8mm bolts underneath, up under here. As you can see, there's one. So these, all you really got to do is break them free, and you can hand twist them. It's a little tight up in here. It's the second, so we got one left. Is Dad doing some weird hand gestures again? All right, so.
It's all muddy.
Fender's off. It is a little muddy.
So where the 3 bolts go?
So the 3 bolts go, now that the fender's off, so you guys can see, one goes in there and the other 2 are here.
What are these 2 holes for?
And here. Those are just there because someone wanted to add some extra stuff.
Okay.
I'm just hand twisting it until I get all 3 in. And I'll tighten them down. Got them hand tight. And just snug them up. Because as you can see, the contour of the front fender is slightly different. And this has grooves for that, but that's not a big deal. Number plate just has the 1 bolt that goes right into the top of the forks. So it actually doesn't line up too weird. It's got a little bit of give. I think it'll be fine.
All right, I'm gonna.
The old fender had these little pegs that went up and supported the number plate. The new fender doesn't, but with that down, with the screw nice and tight, it's got barely a little bit of play, but it should be fine. If it gets annoying or it starts rattling or something, we'll find a solution to it, but it should be fine. And it, as you see, it lines up quite nice. It's not exact, but it doesn't bother me at all. We'll probably pop this back off and get it painted. And I'm pretty sure that completes all the plastics. Besides, now we gotta get the graphics on. Sorry, my legs are tired as f. As you can see, it looks pretty good. Pops will do a little walk around. One thing we noticed too is the back fender is about 2 inches shorter, so it makes this rear wheel look like it's coming out more, and it looks super aggressive. What's up, guys? Yesterday, Pop spray painted the front number plate and got the graphics put on the bike, which took some MacGyvering. Was not very easy, but he did a great job. So we're gonna go ahead and install this real quick and then do a walk around the bike. It's really hard to get to the nut on the back of this other side with this plate, so we're gonna back this off, put this on, and then put the plate back on. This way should make it a lot easier, because Pops go around there and show them how much room there is. You can't physically get your hand in there.
It's very small. Kids don't try this at home.
The kids could probably do
it.
it.
It's a danger level 5.
Alright, so we back that off. Alright, let's screw the number plate back on. Alright, so seems good. And that completes our plastic swap as well as the new graphic kit. So Pops, you want to do a walk around? I'll put the chair back. Came out very well, but speaking of upgrades, we have plenty more to do. But as we were letting this graphic kit get some sun, we had it sitting over in the grass, and I came up to it to work a bubble out, and then when I went inside from getting a pin, it had tipped over, and these pegs fold up, so the shifter took the impact of the force, and I bent the stock shifter. Ordered a green one from Amazon, and it did not fit because there's this bolt in there is supposed to slightly come through, and that's what holds the piece from coming off the main shifter. And so we went with a different one that I could tell from the picture that was extremely similar, and just hope that it fit. And it's pretty much almost exactly the same, and I honestly think the black looks better. I did want green, but we can always spray paint it or do some other things to it. I don't even know if I mind it being black. We'll put other green accents down the line. Little fly sticker, that's my favorite clothing brand for dirt biking and four-wheeling. And then probably do a chain upgrade here soon, as well as maybe those breakaway levers. Definitely want to switch this bar pad out as well. I got a new air filter on the way. I got a Uni 2-stage foam air filter that's gonna run much better and be a lot easier to clean and maintenance compared to this awkward cone one that comes stock on it. But other than that, pretty much good to go. I could get a green cap, but I don't want to start messing around with too much stuff right now. So stay tuned, see what more we add to it. I hope this video helped you guys out. We totally winged it. Luckily everything went pretty well. Stay tuned, subscribe, like, share. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully this will help you guys switch out your plastics and maybe get some ideas for the future. Take care, much love. There goes Action Sports. See you guys later. All right, time to take this bad boy for a spin for the first time. It just feels cool, even sitting on it. It feels like a whole new bike. See how this shift lever works too. Stay tuned as we go back to Clinton County Motorsports to do something else special. If you want to see what it's going to be, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. If you don't hit the bell, you won't be notified. Also though, if you don't want to worry about getting spam, just click that subscribe button. It's not going to blow up your phone. It's not going to affect you whatsoever. It's only going to help us out to grow our channel. Thank you very much. Much love. Take care.